I am Esther, once known as Hadassah. I never dreamed I would become queen, but God, he had a plan. In the great palace of Susa, King Xerxes reigned. His power, absolute, his word, law. The king's banquets were legendary, 6 months of opulence, showcasing the empire's wealth. When Queen Vashti refused the king's command, she was cast aside. The palace, it fell silent. A decree went out. A new queen was to be chosen. And I, an orphan girl, was taken to the palace. My cousin Mordecai raised me as his own. He warned me to keep my heritage a secret. The Jews, we were not always welcome. As I entered the king's court, I felt like a leaf in the wind. Carried by currents I could not see. The other girls, they adorned themselves with jewels and perfumes, but I sought only to please the king's eunuch. When my turn came to go before the king, I trembled. What would become of me? The king, he chose me, to be his queen. As queen I watched, I listened. The palace walls held many secrets. Mordecai, ever vigilant, uncovered a plot against the king. Through me, he warned Xerxes. Lives were saved. Haman, the king's advisor, his heart was filled with hatred. He plotted to destroy my people. The lots were cast. The date was set. My people, they would be annihilated. Mordecai's words echoed in my mind. Who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this? Fear gripped my heart. To approach the king uninvited meant death, unless he extended his golden scepter. I called for a fast, 3 days without food or water, 3 days to pray, to seek God's will. The palace gardens, they seemed to whisper God's promises. The wind in the trees, the flow of water, all spoke of his faithfulness. I made my decision. If I perish, I perish. But I would not stay silent while my people faced destruction. As I stepped into the king's presence, time seemed to stop. Would I live? Would I die? The scepter, he held it out to me. In that moment, I felt God's hand guiding mine. Unnumbed. I invited the king and Haman to a banquet, once, twice, building trust, waiting for the right moment. At the second banquet, I revealed my heritage. I exposed Haman's plot. The king's fury was like a storm breaking. Haman fell. The very gallows he had built for Mordecai became his own end. The king's edict could not be revoked, but a new one was issued. The Jews could defend themselves. On the day meant for our destruction, we instead found victory. God had turned our mourning into dancing. Oh, we celebrate Purim to remember that even in our darkest hour, God is with us, always. My story, it's not just about a queen, it's about faith, about courage, about a God who works in ways we cannot see. Look around you. In the beauty of creation, in the kindness of strangers, in the love of family, God is there. And who knows? Perhaps you too have been placed where you are for such a time as this.